Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Oafdiscussions. I'm your host, Kid Swift. With me today, as always, I guess, it's Mr. Webb.
Oh.
Hey, I almost did
Oh.
it. God dang it.
Damn.
I did so good. Mr. Webb is with me today. How's it going, sir?
Not well now. Shit.
I know, I fucked it up. Everybody else, Brent is out of town. Shayna, I believe, was busy. So we're just rolling as the duo today. Welcome back to another episode, everybody. We appreciate you guys checking us out each and every week, where we come to you with all the random craziness.
Throwback setup.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, old school. The way it all began. But yeah, as always, we usually start out the same way. Check in with everybody's week, how we've been doing and everything. Mm-hmm. I guess it's kind of weird because normally you go last. So I guess I'll go first on what's been going on. Hasn't been too busy of a week. I guess not outside of work. Work's been crazy because there was you had the eclipse this week. So that was like nuts. And there was a bunch of coverage on that. If you guys saw the eclipse, hopefully you protected your eyes. Otherwise, you're going to have some trouble as you get older with vision. But yeah, so that was the main thing, I guess. Work was busy. Same old thing. There was a big kind of like, I guess, fear thing. Not really fear, but just anticipation. Because there was a lot of rumors going around that the KKK and the white supremacist protesters were going to show up yesterday on Saturday.
Oh, I was like, during the eclipse?
No,
like,
I know, right? Yeah.
Was this prophesied or something?
Right?
Yeah.
I thought about that too. I was like, some weird, like, some off, like, prophecy or some stupid stuff. But apparently they didn't, so that's good. It just was a peaceful Saturday for everybody, which is always good. But yeah, other than that, just been playing some random video games, playing Attack on Titan. I was showing Webb before we started. It's really good. It's like a year old now, so you can get it for like $30, I think. So if you have a chance, check it out. I got it on PlayStation. I think it's only on PlayStation. But yeah, Gamescom was this week. If you guys didn't know or didn't get a chance to check it out, pre-orders and stuff went up for the Xbox One X, the new Xbox system. It's just like a more powerful Xbox One, pretty much. So
kind of like how PS4 Pro.
Yeah, and it's actually it's pretty much exactly like that kind of iterative console mentality, which I think is what we're going to be in kind of from now on, kind of the way cell phones work.
Like Galaxy 8s and then 8 Plus or 8S or some shit, or iPhone S.
Right, and then it just becomes a pissing contest which one's more powerful. The Xbox One X is supposed to be like substantially more powerful than obviously the Xbox One, but then also than the PS4 Pro. But yeah, it's just kind of an interesting thing. Pre-orders went up. They sold out like faster than any other console pre-orders that they've had before, which is pretty good news for them. So we'll see how that goes. There were some other good games and stuff like that I got to see at Gamescom. They announced a new Jurassic Park game. It's like a sim, like a park builder.
Oh.
It's a guy. Yeah, I know. It was funny because like when I saw that, I expected a lot more people to be like disappointed. And it seems like a lot of people are like super excited about it because I mean, that does lend itself perfectly to that type of game type.
I get to play God.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's the roller coaster tycoon guys that are doing it. So you basically just get to build up your Jurassic Park and then unleash the dinosaurs on everybody. Which
you get to kind of play God twice, and now that you think about it, as far as creating the dinosaurs and then just letting them loose.
And then just let them run amok. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I got some crazy games coming out next week I'm excited about. But yeah, I'll talk about those hopefully when I get a chance to play them coming up soon. Other than that, kind of kept up. I didn't watch the Mayweather fight. Didn't get a chance to watch it. But I just kind of kept up with it on Twitter.
You didn't catch any of them live streams on Periscope or
nothing?
No,
I saw like a bunch of people were doing it. Like Vashti had one. It was a bunch of people that were streaming it and stuff. But I just didn't even look at it. I was sitting here playing fucking Attack on Titan for like 3 or 4 hours last night. And I didn't even think about it. And I just kept looking at my phone every once in a while just to check, see what was going on, It seemed like it went the distance as far as rounds go.
It went, I ended up watching it. I ended up watching it at homie's house. I'll tell you. I don't want to sit there put his name out there.
No, you're good.
So that went further than I thought it would.
That's good.
10 rounds out of 12.
Nice.
Yeah, the 9th round you could tell it was like, okay, yeah, he's tired. Yeah,
Right.
It's only a matter of time now. 9th round started.
Yeah.
Won by TKO. Everybody was hoping. It was like, why did the refs jump in? I wanted to see him not get knocked out.
Yeah.
Even Connor was like, man, it's like even Connor was like, man, please, like, yeah, just I wanted to sit there and just get knocked out. It's like, just let me, like let it go. It's like, but nah, that's not how boxing does things apparently.
Right. Exactly.
Which was kind of odd as far as how it stopped.
Yeah.
And hold on, this sound is cutting out in and out on my end. Let me switch right quick.
All right. It seemed like that like most of the time now it's more. And I mean, it's always been a points-based system and everything like that, but it seemed like even more so now. That's the main focus is the points and everything. It's not really all about like, hey, let me knock this dude out, and that's the only way we're gonna decide is when somebody's asleep on the mat.
Well, see, that's exactly how I expected this to go. Like, if Floyd wasn't going to knock him out within like the first 5 rounds, which I thought it wasn't going to go further than 5.
Right.
If he wasn't,
I think a lot of people felt that way.
If he wasn't going to knock him out, which isn't his normal style anyway,
right?
Like, he's like, well, now he's 50-0, and he's only had 29 knockouts. I want to say I'm probably off a little bit. I know it's 20 something. So if anything, like as his normal fights, he usually just wins on points. He just goes to this and sit there and just schools whoever it is that he's going up against, and then just rack up.
Right, absolutely.
Speaking of racking up,
get the points. Yeah.
Jeez, they
all
are
that money.
Yeah,
that was
especially we said this before. It was like, hell, I'll jump in for $100 million or something.
Yeah, 300 million. Yeah, on one night, 300 million.
I'll willingly get washed.
Right, exactly. Like easily, like whatever. That's fine with me. Like, God, y'all can create all the memes you want to out of me getting punched out by Mayweather, but I'll be on my island looking at them from my fucking laptop. Yeah, it's crazy. Interesting way to see. I would assume is probably. I think he'll probably be done. I don't know if he'll do anymore.
He, as in
Mayweather. Sorry.
Yeah, he said he was done.
He did.
And as much as he earned on that fight, and plus being 50-0.
Yeah.
And he was already retired, and then came back 2 years later to do this fight.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like, well, what more is there to?
Right. He said I'm good.
The reporter too, a post fight, kept trying to push him too. He was like, well, it was like, we know money motivates you. So if there was more money on the table, would you do it? And he was like, man, I'm just blessed. It was like, no, would you do it? He kept trying to push. He's like, yeah, it's like,
That's great. I like everybody using or I like the picture that, matter of fact, Starks put it up. It was just a picture of a 50-0, and it was literally like 50 Cent's head, and then -0. I was like, yeah, that's perfect. It's like, it's perfect. Yeah, just use that. That works.
No, didn't they have problems at one point?
Yeah, they did. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they've made up since then, but that was the funny part. I thought about it. I was like,
okay.
all the irony of somebody to use. But yeah, like I said, not too eventful week, nothing too crazy. Checked out a couple of albums. Listened to Action Bronson's album multiple times. Listened to like just a couple songs off of what's his name? Oh, Lil Uzi Vert. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I keep wanting to say Extension. I don't know why.
He came out. Yeah, he released something.
Yeah, he released something.
Too.
I did not check that out. I checked out. I checked out and I had never listened to him before. Is Brockhampton.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think they're. I can't tell. I haven't looked at any other pictures. I've only seen one picture, and it's of one guy. But I'm pretty sure it's either a duo or a group.
Like a Tanya Morgan.
Yeah, exactly. Or like that one group that I found in Arizona. But they're like because they call themselves a boy band, but it's hip hop. But it has a very kind of
I tried to search. I hit Bork accidentally instead of Brock.
Borkhampton. It's interesting because they have like a different sound to them.
Yeah, it does say boy band too.
Yeah, like as far as production goes, they kind of have like a. There seems to be a little bit of mix of like a DC sound in there. They're not from there. They're from Texas? Yeah, Texas.
San Marcos, Texas.
Yeah, they're from Texas.
Formed in 2015, experimental hip hop collective and self-stylized boy band. So that's just on their own.
Okay. How many people does it say is in the group? Because I think it's more than 2. I think it's multiple.
Well, if you just hit Google,
it's like Wu-Tang.
It just says members Kevin Abstract. But I don't see anybody else.
Okay, that's weird.
Maybe if therere's, I'm sure there's more.
Because I swear there's more.
Was founded on internet forum, Brockhampton was founded on the internet forum. Kanye leading them to be described as the internet's first boy band. they released. Well, keep seeing they. There we go. Okay, yeah. There's a That's a squad.
Okay.
They even have past members. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
15 members.
Okay.
2 former members.
Okay, I thought it was multiples. That's what I thought. Fucking Wu-Tang Clan.
Damn near. Yeah, you weren't kidding.
Yeah, I thought there was it was a group or a larger group of people.
You remember that American Dad? You remember that episode where they were trying to start a boy band?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was like B12, where it had 12 different people of different ethnicities and all this other this, that, and the other.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's what that reminded me of.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they kind of do that in Korean, K-pop.
Yeah, because like Shiny.
Not BTS. What the hell is their name?
Shiny has like 7 people.
Yeah.
They're K-pop.
There was this one band, I cannot remember the name of them. There was like 9 or 12 of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, right.
And they were doing this. There was this music video that they were dancing and all this stuff. They were switching in and out, like jump, kind of like they do certain moves where the person in the forefront moves to the background and it goes the other way around.
Yeah.
And like they kept doing that, and it looked like a fucking kaleidoscope. I couldn't tell like.
You can't tell if you've seen the same person twice or not.
No, I couldn't tell how many people there were, which person was which. I could probably tell, like, listening to who sung what verse.
Right, yeah.
But as far as, like, I can't keep up. It's like, there's too many of y'all. There are too many people singing and dancing. And for y'all to be considered, it's like, they weren't even background dancers. That is them.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That is all of them.
It's not even a boy band. It's a collective. Like, you can't even call it just a band anymore. And I've seen there's a few groups like that are so extensive, and you're like, dude, like, I guess, I don't know if that makes it easier on you guys or makes it harder on you guys. But yeah, so I checked those. I like Action Bronson's album. He's got, there's 2 songs on there I like a lot. I mean, it's one of those albums, like, I don't know how to describe it. Action Bronson, like all his albums to me, they have kind of the same, he has obviously his style. Mm-hmm.
Tonally,
and
we say his style.
His style, his comparison to
Ghostface Killer
vocally, and then like something like Rick Ross or something lyrically, but also Ghostface lyrically too, because of how all over the place it is.
With Rick Ross, as far as lyrically, we're talking about anytime he's talking about food,
right?
You'll clear that up.
Extravagant stuff, food especially, but he has a way of.
You want to finish chewing that ice?
Right? He has a way of like. Comedically, I guess painting these like really weird pictures, which I really like. But it's heavily sampled, like soul sample, like Alchemist style. And I'm not sure how much of the album he
Harry
did.
Fraud.
I think so. Yeah. But there's a song there called Bonsai that I fucking love. The beat's crazy, but the song with Rick Ross, is awesome. It's got a great, like the beat's great. It works perfectly, and them 2 together on a song, like it just sounds, it works perfectly. So
that just made me think of back when we were playing football at high school. Mm-hmm. I think it was like my sophomore year, first time I ever played football. There was this big dude. You remember? Should I say his name? Fuck it. You remember Mango?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He and there was like this kid. I've never seen him after that.
Yeah.
It's like there was this other kid that he was always hanging around with.
Yeah.
And hell, it might have been his imaginary friend, and somehow, some way, I was able to see. We were able to see him too. But no,
willed him into existence.
But no, Gerald was sitting there asking him. It was like, "Are y'all brothers?" Because they kind of looked alike, and they were kind of big too. He's like, "Is it y'all brothers?" He was like, "Nah." "Are y'all just fat together?" He was like,
right, you couldn't even say that.
They couldn't even say that. That's kind of what made me think of, like, when you said Rick Ross and Action Bronson teaming together.
Shout out to Gerald. That's a good way to say it. Y'all just fat together.
Shout out to Zoe.
It's like, yeah,
King Zoe. Let me say that name right. Yeah. Shout out. Dirty. You heard any of his or much of his recent music?
Not since, it's been a couple months. A few months actually. Yeah. But yeah. I was trying to think of the last thing I heard.
I remember
video
Dirty Haitian.
Yeah, the video where he's in Haiti. Is that Dirty Haitian or was it something else? Because he shot a video in Haiti.
Okay.
And I can't remember.
That sounds.
It might have been.
I know it's something else.
Yeah. But I really like that video. That's good. Yeah. Shout out to Gerald. But I like that. If you have to use that, find a way to use that in your everyday conversation. Or y'all just fat together. And try not to
Excuse me?
Right, yeah. Try not to get slapped or punched, either one. But yeah. So Action's album, it's good. It's a lot of the reviews I've been seeing is like it's Action Bronson through and through, for better or for worse. It's kind of what some people have been saying, but I think it's good. I mean, if you go into it expecting what you know you're gonna get, then you're fine. Especially if you like that production style and that lyrical style, where there's not really a focus on hooks and stuff like that. Any like catchy hooks, you're just listening to it's more about the verses from song to song than it is about the hooks from song to song, and it's more about the kind of storytelling and the weird shit, imagery.
Okay, so I'm looking through Dirty Haitian, and it's a good chance that he's like, it's partially filmed in Miami, partially filmed in Haiti. There's a good chance.
Yeah.
There's this dude sitting right next to him. I thought that was Shiesty Christ for a second there.
That's great.
I was like, man, what kind of fountain of youth did you jump into all of a sudden? It was like, but nah.
That's somebody we need to have on the show at least
wow.
once. That'd be great. Shiesty, Divine, Starks.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Everybody in Lexington.
Let me pencil that down.
Right, yeah. So how was your week?
It has been not as productive as I wanted it to be.
I can understand that.
Yeah,
I keep sitting in front of all this shit.
I keep pussyfooting in front of I keep pussyfooting with the animation. I finally finished a sketch, for lack of better words, on one of my on the character of myself.
Yeah.
I still gotta finish the entire body before I can start animating.
It looks good so far.
I appreciate it. Let's see. The Eclipse, I kind of missed it. I saw it when it was starting. You know, like it was kind of starting to cover up. I tried to hurry up and look at it before I had to go right back to work because I was on break. It was about to be over with, and the timing was just way off.
Yeah.
I didn't have any glasses. I just did a quick little.
Right.
And that shit stuck with me for a good 17 minutes. In just one eye. It was just one eye that just stuck. It was just like, you know, like those little squigglies you see?
Yep.
It was just a purple and green squiggly.
Just right there.
This right there in the middle for a good 17 minutes. I kept blinking and blinking. It was like, why the fuck did I do that?
I was trying to drive to work, and by the way, this doesn't work either. And I was like in the car, and like it was starting like right when because I had to go to work at 2:30, so I was like right when it was like getting going. So like, it was weird because it started to like it looked like a cloud was slowly like perfectly moving, and so it was kind of getting darker. It was kind of weird looking, but I was like trying to put my camera phone on like selfie mode and was like pointing it out the window and trying to look at it off my phone.
So that didn't work.
It works, but it's still gonna hurt your eyes because it's just a lot of light bouncing because you're still getting like a lot of reflection.
Okay,
so it's still gonna hurt. It's still it's still gonna hurt, but it doesn't. You're gonna lose detail too because you're like transferring the image through a camera and then processing it on that screen. Even though the screen's decent, but still, it's not safe.
Right,
as you think it would be is basically what it was.
And we got another 7 years to get that figured or get some glasses.
And like next time it's swooping down through like Indianapolis, and then on the western part of Kentucky again.
Okay.
On like the west, even farther west, like down in like Owensboro.
You just combined two of them. There's Owensville and there's Owensboro.
No, Owensville's where I'm from. It's
I think it's Owensboro's further west.
That's where
like Bowling Green and
down there. Yeah.
Bardstown and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it's So yeah, that was.
Oh, speaking of somebody else looking into the damn sun, not knowing better, we figure we go ahead. Do you want? Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go ahead into that. Joey Badass in a series of tweets.
That was funny.
Was apparently way woke or was too woke apparently, and his third eye being the way it is started doubting the validity of these eclipse glasses.
Right. Yeah.
And so he may have that third eye open, but them other two are gonna be closed for a little while because he looked into the eclipse.
Yeah.
And he fucked his eyes up.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Right. Yeah.
Go figure. And so he's missing a few shows. His doctor has him like wearing special glasses. He's gonna be like just incapacitated for a bit.
So stupid.
And
It's so weird. It's such a weird.
And for such a, and like especially for us, we gave him praise and all this other stuff for his album to come out, and so for him to be like, for that to be such an intelligent album,
exactly, and then
to sit there and just pull some shit.
And that's the way he gets taken out, is the sun. It's literally been
There's
there.
Symbolism behind that.
Right, exactly. The light blinded him. Like, Jesus, he can't get more symbolic than that.
See what Illuminati does to you, man?
Right, exactly. It's so goofy. But yeah, for that, it was so funny seeing like the tweets, like the series of tweets, like the one tweet talking about the the clips and everything. And then the next tweet was like, I got to cancel these shows.
But no, it was a bunch of tweets. One sitting there going like, it's like, okay, eclipse has been happening for hundreds of years. Our ancestors didn't have these, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I feel like this is a little ploy, blah, blah, blah. And just kind of, and then, like you said, almost the next tweet that we ended up seeing
like,
was
hey,
like,
I'm not going to be in fucking these cities because I can't see.
And it wasn't even like him tweeting it, because obviously he probably wasn't in a state to tweet.
Right, exactly.
That was such a PR agent type of tweet too. And just like, fuck.
It's so goofy, yeah. Because I mean, it even the thought process. It's like, dude, the glass. It's not even like you could say like they're trying to just sell us the glasses. The glasses were free pretty much, except for like the
depends
ones like
on where you.
Yeah, like you could pretty much get them for free. So, and I don't think anybody was making like an exorbitant.
It's only but like at the most like they're probably like $3.
Yeah, they weren't expensive.
So
because I mean they're literally cardboard with two like paper plastic lenses in them. So yeah, that was funny. I love that.
So, eclipse aside,
yeah, right.
We already talked about Fight Night, Mayweather and McGregor.
That's a game we need back.
Oh yeah. Def Jam Fight for New York, or any kind of sequel of that nation.
Oh, that'd be good.
I said, other than that demo, we never really fucked with Def Jam Icon.
Oh yeah, we didn't, did we? I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it was who all did they have on there? There was Big Boy.
Yep.
Was T.I. in there?
I think so.
Okay.
We was heavy on some demos.
Little John? No, he was in the game, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like that stupid little like DJ control where you can sit there and control the environment, where you can sit there and like make shit blow up around you and stuff like that. And it was, I don't know.
It was so funny. We was heavy on some demos. Remember, that's all we did with Crackdown.
Yeah.
We never actually bought Crackdown.
We played the shit out of Crackdown.
We just kept playing 30 minutes. Played 30 minutes.
It wasn't even 30. It wasn't even 30. A full 30
was
minutes. Like, what it was that you reach a certain level, whether it be agility, strength, or if you reach a certain level under any of those stats, then a timer starts.
Oh, that's right.
And you had 20 minutes to do whatever it is that you wanted to do.
So we would just get to as close as possible and then just fuck shit up for as long as possible, and then get that last thing and go really crazy, and then let the timer.
So,
it's funny.
Hell, remember those discs for PlayStation?
Oh yeah, like Xbox Magazine.
Yeah,
PlayStation Magazine. Yep.
Just have nothing but the demos.
Yep,
I miss that shit.
Yeah, I know.
We do need that. Okay, I deviated. What the hell was that last talk? Oh, Fight Night. Okay, that's why.
Fight Night.
Okay, yeah. I see the connection now. I see the connection.
Yeah, there it is.
I watched Death Note at like 1 a.m. or some shit.
Okay.
On Friday night.
Yep.
Or no, it would be Saturday morning technically, but whatever.
How many episodes is it?
No,
Is it a movie?
It's just a movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's the problem.
I thought it was.
You didn't. Oh, I see. You didn't watch my review.
I started watching it, but I didn't finish. I started because I saw the comments.
Ain't but 3 minutes.
I watched 30 seconds.
How you gonna tell people support? You can't even support you. You can't
I
even support you.
I got the view. I got the view on there.
30 seconds enough. That counts as a view. Yeah, it's timing. The time's going up. We're getting monetization at some point.
I really thought, I swear up until then, and even if I would have watched your video, I probably would have still had it in the back of my mind. Because for some reason I thought it was going to be a show, I was expecting 6 to 8 episodes or something like that.
You would have to, because have you ever seen the actual the show, the animated show?
It's a lot.
It's a good, let's see, 24, 25 episodes.
Yeah,
which is a typical anime. Is like they stay within that 25, 26 episode range on a season.
Yeah.
Or in the case of like a Cowboy Bebop or a Samurai Champloo, that's it. That's the series.
Yeah, you get on.
So they had to congest 2 seasons worth of shows into an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, it wasn't even 2 hours? Jeez.
No, it probably would have helped
Man.
And like, even if you weren't like, if you were a fan of this show, of the movie, if you're a fan of the show,
Yeah.
you're really not gonna like it.
Yeah.
If you're not a fan of the show, it's just gonna be like, that's all right.
Right.
I wonder. It's like, so I keep hearing it's based off of this, so let me see what this is about.
Right. Maybe it'll lead to people going like back to the source material.
Yeah, it's one of the better cartoon adaptations I've seen in a while. Way better than Last Airbender.
I know, like the yeah.
Way better than like a Dragon Ball Evolution.
I know, as far as like I guess the special effects and stuff, it looks.
Yeah.
I guess I could say particularly on.
Ryuk, Willem Dafoe's character. Yeah. They did a really good job with him. They didn't show him as nearly as much as I would have liked. He was not. Yeah, he just kind of he was there as far as kind of pushing the plot forward, but at the same time, they didn't really give him much to work. They didn't really give a lot of these characters much to work with, or these actors, I should say. Yeah. Especially having Lakeith Stanfield playing the L, who's supposed to be the detective that's chasing Light. Yeah. And, it's like everybody knows him from Get Out. Yeah. Right. Or Atlanta. We caught him from. And he's on another Netflix show with some incredible not Jessica Williams, or the black girl from The Daily Show that used to be on The Daily Show. Yeah. I don't know if her real name is Jessica Williams or if they just threw that out there. It's kind of like, so she got like her own little Master of None type of show. Oh, nice. Okay. Out. He's in that for a little bit. I'm not sure for how long, but anyway. For him to play the character, he did it well with what they were giving him, as far as like being like this weird, quirky dude that's supposed to be intelligent. What they didn't really showcase that as nearly as much.
Right. Which is hard to do in an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. So as far as people's motivations being different from the show, somebody's personality. As I said earlier, it really has like a Final Destination vibe to it, especially when they show certain people getting killed a certain way. Right, yeah. And like, I was like, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way as far as some of those deaths. It was like, all right, well, that's a bit excessive. That was as far as what happens is that he writes the name in the notebook, or in the death note. Whoever it is, they die a certain way, depending, or you can either make it very specific, or if you just put their name on there, it's just a heart attack. Right. And the fact that they didn't do that at all as far as with the heart attack throughout the movie, that kind of gave it, I don't know, they just kind of gave it more of like okay, how gruesome can we make it?
That's what I'm about to say. It seems like they were trying to avoid like making anything too simple. And like trying to go over the top just for the sake of going over the top. Yeah. Right.
If they kind of dialed back on that and just made it, and as far, I don't know, is the fact that you made it a movie. Yeah, and an hour and 40 minutes, you're not gonna get much accomplished, right? In that amount of time. So
that's strange.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, right.
I'd give it like, I gave it a thumbs up on Netflix. Yeah, because you don't have that little star rating anymore.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So it's pretty middle of the road. The more I kept thinking about it, but like at 1 a.m. while watching it in the bed, it was serviceable. It was all right.
Got you. Okay.
So there's that. Speaking of watching other stuff, I ended up watching The Tick.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I just read the review, like the spoiler-free review on it, because I remember like the old live action, The Tick.
Oh, and then
which was not great.
It was all right. Yeah, it's great. None of those shows are touching the cartoon. In my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I haven't read the comic book, but the cartoon was fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was just so over the top, and they're like this Amazon version. They're kind of there, but they're trying to stay super grounded on a lot of stuff. I heard
it's darker.
Yeah, there's cussing, there's blood.
That's cool. Okay.
But the funny thing is like The Tick wants no parts of that type of activity.
Right. Yeah.
And there's like this anti-hero called Overkill. Yeah. Just pretty much picture like Batman or Punisher.
He's like the Punisher mixed with Deathstroke.
In a sense, yeah. And he's just murdering people. And then Arthur, like, do you remember the dude with the moth costume? Yeah. He was being interrogated by the police about like what happened to the scene, because he was there when Overkill was fighting these bad guys. Yeah. And then it was like he was finding a home for his knife, and and he couldn't find one.
That's great. Such a good line.
there are some good lines. Like each episode has a pretty good line. Like
Yeah.
at first, like the first few episodes is just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you got a little chuckle out of me, and
Yeah.
like that's kind of what happened. Like throughout each episode is like they'll have pretty good lines and go from there. So, it's decent.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to second season.
Yeah.
There was only 6 episodes on this one,
pretty
and
short.
I already seen the pilot episode like long time ago before they decided to go through with the series.
The full thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was decent.
That works.
As far as music, I just sit there and completely blanked on all those people you mentioned coming out with new albums.
they jumped out of
I
nowhere.
got stuck on re-listening to Riley Ritchie.
Okay.
You may know him as, or some people may know him as Jacob Anderson. Shayna and Brent, if they were here, they would have known him as a Grey Worm in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Is it Grey Worm? Am I saying
Yeah, it's
that
Grey
right?
Worm. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
They
pretty
would have
sure.
known him as that.
Yeah.
His album, You're a Man Now Boy, I've been listening to that. I think it came out in 2015. I listened to it like way like 6 months back.
Okay.
And like kind of ended up trying to listen to more stuff. And then I came back to it this week. And it was like the songs that I didn't really care for was like they kind of grew on me in the time that I haven't heard them from them. And the songs that I liked back then, I ended up really loving. And it's just I've been having that on repeat for a couple days now. Other than that,
Isn't it like a pop kind of?
Kinda.
It's like pop electronic, or
It's
like
kind of
pop?
I would probably say like electro, a little bit of pop, a little bit of
Okay.
electro pop, and then just kind of Brit pop. I don't really know how to describe it. It's
Right.
like he's one of the very few singers where their accent just kicks in as they're singing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like like with
That's interesting.
Spice Girls or fucking
Right. Yeah.
oh, come on now. I had another one in mind. That Spice Girl shouldn't have been the first thing to pop up in my mind.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on now. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, Spice Girls, like when they sing, you don't really hear their accent unless they try to do that weird little rap thing in the song.
Right.
Yeah, Riley Ritchie will try to break it down. He'll do a little rap here and there on there. It's like, well, yeah, we knew you were already British before even hearing you do that from when you were singing.
Yeah.
And then this is one song that I really like called "Keep It Simple," and it's just like I'm just into just bopping along to it, and then like the very last verse, it's this British rapper, this UK, I guess you could say UK rapper now, whatever.
You know what
And
it
then,
is? It's not Chip, is it?
No, it's not Ship. What the hell is his name? I could probably pull it up now.
Okay.
But by my future daughter range, and it was like, oh god, it's like no, y'all just fuck my vibe up.
It's
It's like
so funny, man.
nothing against you, but I don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
It's like,
All right. Yeah. Exactly. It's so funny.
boy, my future daughter range. It was like, oh come on,
said, all
and it's
right.
like,
He said, all
and
right.
like it sounded like it's a dude named Stormzy. Is his name.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I think I've heard other people talk about him. It's like, nah, this ain't doing it for me.
Okay.
It's like,
like,
but other than that, I enjoyed that album,
That's what's
and
up.
I am drawing a blank on anything else that happened this week.
Cool.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so we talked about the eclipse. We talked about Joey Dumbass. We talked about
Come on,
Mayweather
Joe.
and McGregor. Yeah, I only sent the name in the group chat, and I didn't send a link or nothing like that.
Right.
Where I just put HK Edgerton. And
Emoji.
yeah, it was a straight face emoji.
Straight
yeah.
face emoji.
And I was hoping y'all would have sit there and looked it up. Just like, yo, that's crazy.
Right.
But no, it just
Now-
kind of just got lost in the ether.
Now,
It's
like I said, it was funny because it was one of those things where it still came around and ended up being in my face anyways, because I saw obviously all the coverage of Trump when he went to Arizona to have like one of his rallies, his random rallies that he has. And in the background behind him, there's usually always like, it's so funny because like it's literally always like, it looks like characters plopped out of like NPCs from like a GTA game, because there's literally like there's a doctor behind him and you know it's a doctor because for some reason he still has his shit on.
stethoscope?
Yeah, he's been off for like 3 hours. Like, why has he still got his stuff on? And then there was this black dude that looks kind of like Pootie Tang like behind him, and I was like, I was like, who's the token brother behind? I was like, I understand they put if there's a black supporter, they're gonna put him behind him because they want to have it look diverse, even though he was literally the only black person.
And he had
And
a
I
damn
saw
shirt
him-
and signed like Blacks for Trump or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I saw him. I was like, "Who's that dude?" I was like, "Okay, well, I guess."
I didn't see him in any of the meetings.
Right? Yeah, I know it's one of those things where you're kind of like, "All right, well, there's a token black dude," and I kind of just wrote it off. And then I heard more about who he was and stuff, and then that's where it kind of snowballed from there. And I was like, oh, this dude's like a real, like, ride or die Trump supporter / you could say.
What was Sam Jackson's character in Django? I can't remember his name now.
Oh my god. The leader of the house.
Yeah, like, who's that nigga on that name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I can think of him now as.
Yeah.
That might as well have been as far as Edgerton, that might be a descendant of Sam Jackson's character.
Yeah,
because this guy was in a parade wearing the Confederate uniform, waving the flag, the Confederate flag, and sitting there just going around, sitting there just parading it. Like, no one was near him, in a sense. I don't know if he had his own little section, which should be a wake-up call for you, if anything.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And he was sitting there just going around hugging racists and shit like that. It's like, hey, I was like, yeah, I don't think they'd really want to touch you whether you were wearing that or not. But
exactly.
Hey, apparently they are. It's like, yeah, you're one of the good ones.
Right. It's so bad.
So, and the fucked up part is, he used to be a former president of the NAACP chapter in like some sort of in the North Carolina area.
Okay.
In some portion of this, that, and the other.
See, I didn't know that part.
So yeah.
What the hell?
They got him.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, what did he jerk that steering wheel? Jesus.
On some fucking the faculty shit.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah.
I was gonna say the Yerk from Animorphs.
Oh my god, yeah. That's
on some body snatchers type shit. And like I just remember this interview where he was sitting down and just sitting there just talking about, why do I sit there? So why do I rep the country? Or so why do I rep the Confederate flag? Blah 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 blah. This is my people, the state rights. Blah blah blah. There's black people that have been fighting on both sides out there.
Yeah. Going through it.
And it's like, I swear, with his head being shaved and him talking, and as far as being for the Confederacy, I really thought like Clayton Bigsby had sight. And was just ranting and rambling, like it really looked like that. I have to sit there and shoot that link now that I think about it, but it was just fucking wild. It's like, yo, he's really out here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Like this is him. Like, this is the guy we've been talking about. That's him, 100%. There was a great picture that I saw. It wasn't him. It was another black guy that was in the South, and it was funny because it was like somebody had put up the picture, and then they put like, I don't understand what America is anymore in 2017, because it was a black dude in the street with the Confederate flag, waving it, and then there was a white dude looking at him with a Black Lives Matter like big giant sign, and it was just like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on anymore. Like, I don't understand what the hell, like what, like really, like what are you doing
when you switch up sleep schedules? Right,
yeah, exactly. Oh, I got the wild.
Who's woke? Who's not?
Yeah, I got the wild night shift now. I got to go to bed at fucking 7:30 in the afternoon. It's so, it's so weird and so. It just looks goofy.
Yeah.
Whenever you see anything like that, especially in this case, where like, and it's one of those like, he's so adamant about it that you're just like, like, at what point did like what? Why? Like, it's one of those where it's. Some people could, like, you just might see a black person with the Confederate flag, and then you're like, all right, I don't understand. I guess he's from Alabama or something. I don't fucking know. And then
don't put Alabama in there.
I know, right? Yeah.
I got family in Alabama.
And then you got like when it's either that adamant about it, like HK is, like he's that adamant about it, where it's so they're so adamant about it that you're like, you want to know more. You're like, well, I need to understand why you're at this point. Like, this doesn't make sense. There was a picture that I saw of a black dude at a rally. I don't know if it was in Charlottesville or if it was somewhere else, but he had like 3 swastika tattoos, like on his arm. Black dude. And I'm like,
well,
I don't.
Is he trying to take it back, like how it used to be a Buddhist symbol, or like wait, no, was it Buddhist or was it? It was an old Chinese. Or hold on, what the fuck was it now? Well, fuck it. Yeah, go ahead with your story.
I think it might have been Buddhist. Maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, just like seeing something like that. But the thing was, it wasn't in the. It's always those things like in context, obviously.
Yeah.
He had that on his arm, but he also had a Confederate shirt on. and a Confederate hat.
Oh.
And like, yeah, so he was
Oh,
clearly,
he
clearly
Connect Four
yeah,
type.
yeah, he clearly, it wasn't no, he wasn't, he didn't have like a Buddha,
like
happy
Connect
Buddha.
Four cunt. It's like
He didn't have like a shirt on, like a little happy Buddha on, or
he was.
nothing like that.
You said this dude was black.
Yeah, he was dark black. Like, he was a dark skinned brother. It was an old guy too.
How'd you see the swastika?
I know, right? Yeah, I know. They were like real, like faded. Like they looked like the thing was, it looked like he had him for a while.
Oh, hell.
That was the weird thing. And he looked like he was probably either early 50s, late 40s.
Ancient religious symbol used in the Indian subcontinent, East Asia, and Southeast Asia, where it has been and remains a sacred symbol of spiritual principles in Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism. In the Western world, it was historically a symbol of auspiciousness and good luck. But okay, I was about to say, wait a minute, this took a turn.
Right? Yeah.
This Wikipedia is like just revisionist history.
Right?
On some
Yeah. Just
shit.
scrubbed it out.
But in the 1930s, it became the main feature of Nazi symbolism as an emblem of the Aryan race identity, and as a result, it has become stigmatized in the West by association with ideas of racism, hate, and mass murder.
Right. There is a building here in downtown Lexington.
Where is this going?
An apartment building, and it has a, like, in the masonry, it's like it's a red brick building, but in the masonry there's tan bricks that are shaped in a swastika, just at the top center of the building. When you're coming, it's like if you're on UK's campus and you're going towards downtown, okay, it's right there on the left. And I've seen it like 1,000 times. I'm like, that's kind of
across from Laser Quest, or what used to be Laser
Quest.
No,
we're okay. I'll take you. If you go like down, like if you're, you know where the UK, where the men's basketball players stay. You know where they live at, in that dorm that's right beside Memorial Coliseum.
Okay.
If you're on that road, but going back towards downtown, not towards campus, and you go through that light, there's those apartments on both sides. They're like old houses and like old apartments. Yeah. You're going straight, and like you're going towards that light where like that the street comes down from Woodland Park. I know this is super inside baseball for everybody. But it's right there on the left. It's one of those apartment buildings in the top center. It's a swastika.
How the hell did I miss that?
And it's weird because it's just there, like, and nobody has said anything about it. Like, hey, you think we should fucking not do that?
Or just paint it?
Yeah, no, paint it like the regular brick color so it blends in. But yeah, it's weird. It's just there, just kind of hanging out.
Oh, my dumb ass almost doesn't like. It's like, let's just paint it over it. Let's use black. Wait a minute.
Right,
no, that's gonna make it stand out. It's like,
then it pops even more. Then somebody's like, hey, wait a minute. Somebody's up there painting it, and then they get mad at the construction worker. He's like, I was just supposed to paint over it. They're like, hey, he's painting a swastika on that building. He's like, ah. He knocked off the ladder.
You don't understand. No, wait.
Right, yeah, it was already here. I promise. So, yeah, it's every time I drive past it, it's weird. Like, just seeing it up there.
Oh, hell.
But, I don't know. But, yeah, it's fucking odd. And there's always some weird shit. But yeah, so HK is definitely, like you said, Clayton Bigsby, if he wasn't blind.
Yeah, and we got another. We already discussed somebody that's practically blind now, so
right, yeah,
we may end up using him as the title, Joey BlindAss.
Joey BlindAss.
Or yeah, I peaked. I can't find nothing. It's like, that's terrible. Oh,
HK
man.
Clayton, HK Bigsby.
Maybe HK Bigsby and Joey BlindAss.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
It sounds like a weird 70s show.
American BlindAss.
Ooh,
with the KKK. Throw
good.
that in there.
Yeah, that's good. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, hopefully all this shit goes. I don't know. I don't even know how to, like, because you'd say like goes away, but we know it's not going to go away.
It's not. No, it's always been present. It's just now that everyone has a platform to broadcast their experiences or their life and this, that, and the other, and showcase how either fucked up their life is or how fucked up they are. Right. Yeah. So
you get to see it. You get to see it more. And that's kind of the interesting thing. A lot of people I've seen, like especially people who either haven't experienced it firsthand or haven't experienced any kind of stuff like personally. It's been interesting to see them see it.
So why is everything about race with you? Because race is all that's going on with me.
Right, like, yeah, exactly. And they're finally seeing it, not just from a person trying to tell them that it's going on. They're like, oh, like this shit is really happening.
I don't believe you. Yeah.
Then you're seeing it all over the place, and they're like, well, you can't not. Then you can't ignore it. It's there. It's in your face. So yeah, it's always something. It's always something. Yeah. What else you got? You got anything else on there? Your list of randomness.
No. It wasn't
that much.
I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was.
It wasn't that much that went down, really. No. Everybody was making fun of Taylor Swift. That was everything.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the video.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the video.
Was it taken down or was it ever up?
I don't know. I don't know if it was just like people just got like the pictures from it or what it was, but it seems like everybody had like the memes. And
from what I gathered from it was that, as for anyone that didn't catch it or anything like that, it's Taylor Swift in a Wonder Woman type pose. We'll just say that, legs shoulder wider than shoulder width apart, arms on her hips like she's Superman or Wonder Woman.
Right.
There's a bunch of other people behind her
backup
in
dancers.
black.
Whatever.
And so her hair for some reason is really super curly. Mm-hmm. Almost like when white people get perms,
it goes kind curly. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of like that. It's so weird how it's
I don't understand that. I remember when I first figured it out, like, because I think it was like I was watching like an old movie or something. And they was like, I'm going to get a perm so my hair can be curly. And I was like, that's not how perms work. And they're like, oh, shit, like that does. That is how perm works.
And it just does the opposite of whatever everybody else has got going on.
Right, exactly.
So I'm sorry. Okay,
yeah.
I'll go ahead and just continue
go ahead.
And so for those that aren't aware, it's like she's in this pose with other guys are standing around her. And a lot of comparisons were being drawn towards Formation by Beyonce. And as expected, the Beehive and Twitter, or Black Twitter in general, sit there and just went in on her. Okay, and as far as, let me go and pull up one of those memes and stuff like that from there as one of the characters, as far as those jokes about that picture. I'm trying to sit there and filibuster and stall for time while Gary's sitting there coming back to his desk. But anyway, as far as jokes that took place, one of the memes where I sit there and put, my daddy Minnesota, mama from North Dakota. You mix that Starbucks with that mayonnaise, make a Trump supporter. And what was the other one? Is like, okay, now ladies, let's get in
gentrification.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, now ladies, let's get in gentrification. Yeah. So yeah, there was a couple of different ones that were pretty funny.
And that's about all we know from it. We've yet to see the video. I tried looking for it, couldn't find it. I don't know if all that backlash from it, which was funny because they were saying something about this dude named, you ever heard of a Todrick Hall? I only know him from one video I've ever seen of his where it was like, he was doing like Disney movies 90s style. Okay. Where it's combining different things like from different 90s songs, like This Is How We Do It with, not a whole new, with A Whole New World.
Okay.
And some others, I can't remember them now.
Interesting.
And as far as him singing, it was like he was, as far as I assumed he was gay.
Okay.
And based on his like promoting something at the end of the video, where it looked like him and a bunch of other people were in the center of the stage, some sort of stage or whatever, and they were doing that ugly ass little ratchet bounce, where they kind of get on one leg, sit there and swing on the other side, get on there, swing on the other, like they're kind of doing. It's he's gay.
Okay.
And some people made it, or from people that responding to those pictures, they made it seem like, or they said like something about him doing the choreography or something like that.
Okay.
And it's like, it's like Todrick sitting there just sabotaging Taylor. He did that shit on purpose. He knew what he was doing. And I'll have to know more, or once we know more, I'll probably sit there and say something about it, or sit there and animate it, whatever. Go from there.
So yeah.
Oh, should we sit there and discuss the picture that my brother sent me that you had to that you were swiping through?
Oh yeah.
Changing of the guard.
Definitely.
Okay, so somebody made a picture or put a post or a link, a bunch of pictures. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Titled "The Changing of the Guard." It has an old school rapper on one half, and on the other half is a new school rapper. And it's kind of split down the middle to where it looks like one half on one face, like two face, but like two different people.
Right.
All right, the first one they did was Kendrick Lamar and Tupac. I was like, okay, I kind of see that as far as, the comparisons, West Coast, and trying to be more uplifting for the culture and community, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
The next picture was Danny Brown and Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
That one was probably the funniest one, just kind of like, just out of like, wait a minute, what? Oh, wait, you know? No?
Yeah.
Wait, actually, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's one of those that hits you after the fact, and you're like, oh, well, yeah, actually, that fucking works perfectly.
Say no more on that one. Number 3, J. Cole and Nas, which was pretty interesting as far as, you know, like introspective and to an extent, to some people, boring. I mean, some people make those comparisons, this, that, and the other. And on the fact that J. Cole was upset or made a song called "Let Nas Down."
Yeah.
I forgot it. I just now thought of that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that too. Yeah, that is true.
So that's an interesting connection there.
Yep.
The next one, I'm still on the fence about this one. This is DMX and XX Tentacion. I think I did it right. I think
it's right. Yeah, because like I said, I always try to say it with like a French accent.
I said the damn minutes later.
It's 5 minutes later.
Tentacion.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get
one's weird, and I don't know what that's.
On the fact that they were in trouble a lot, have X in their name.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm thinking. That one seems like, I don't want to say this because I don't want to criticize whoever made this post, but that one seems the laziest, I guess you could say. I mean, they both kind of are like,
got their
they
own
both were
demons or
pretty
something.
wild, I guess you could say, yeah.
And we weren't, like DMX started doing his music thing like after he got out of jail. So, well, I mean, hell, when has he not been in jail? Now that I think about it.
True, I guess not. Yeah.
Now that I think about it. As well, hell.
Oh, dang.
This is getting depressing. Next one. Oh, damn it. We come back to Joey BadAss.
This one I liked a lot.
Joey BadAss on one half, Most Def on the other.
Yeah. So that one, yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, Yasin Bey now.
Yeah, right. That one I would like. That one I think works because one, lyrically, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and just the only difference is like they're not singing really.
Yeah, true.
And Joey hasn't really gotten to acting or nothing like that. Well, I mean, it's still too early to tell.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
The next one was this one. I kind of have the most.
Which one is that?
I don't know about. One half is Andre 3000.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And the other half is Childish Gambino.
Right. I can see all the comparisons
as far as
Atlanta, acting, singing, very diverse as far as like stylistically.
Looked at as a weirdo or often called or criticized. It's just like he might be gay. It was like
good vocals. / good lyrically.
Yeah.
I can see that one where it comes from. What was you gonna say about it though?
As far as obviously their style when it comes to rapping is completely. Oh yeah. There's no reason to put them on there as far as that. Much. But as far as like the outside, as far as like the total package type of deal, as far as just an eccentric out there type of musician, who's not afraid to sit there and branch out into different shit.
Yeah.
I can see that, and especially someone who kind of branches out from music to do acting or this, that, and the other, their own type of thing. Yeah, I can see that.
I think what's the name of Being Out? I keep wanting to call it Redbone, but that's not the name of the album.
Awaken My Love.
Yeah, with Awaken My Love being out, that comparison I think works even more.
Okay.
In my mind, just because of the fact that it is something completely vocal, something a little bit different as far as like from his normal style.
Right.
Like Andre did, and then also showing vocal range, and then also in performance showing very different.
I thought we were gonna get crashed into.
I know, like a plane. Sound like a plane was about to crash into. But him like performing, like when he performs Redbone, like barefoot with no shirt on, like type thing, like very different. Like when you think about it,
Next one we had. Now I couldn't tell that was her. You said it was Rhapsody.
Yeah, it's Rhapsody
on one half.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, it didn't look like her because I normally was used to her, her face looking differently. Rhapsody on one end, Lauryn Hill on the other.
Now this is the one I would change probably more so than all of them, just because I think MC Light to me makes way more sense for Rhapsody because they even sonically and stylistically they're almost fucking spot on.
I can see that more.
And Rhapsody doesn't sing.
Right.
Rhapsody doesn't have that vocal singing, and I think Lauryn Hill style rap wise and lyrically was a lot more poetic. Mm-hmm. Rhapsody style and MC Light style is a lot more
in your face.
Like I'm gonna out rap you. I don't give a shit who you are.
Yeah.
Guy, girl, black, white, whatever. And that's where I put Rhapsody at. Like, what's the name makes more, Lauryn Hill makes more sense, like, poetically and stuff like that.
Okay. So, yeah, that makes more sense as far as Rhapsody with MC Light on here. And the last, this is the last one. The last one is Chance the Rapper on one half and Common on the other. So as far as, comparisons, light-skinned rapper from Chicago, always repping Chicago, doing things for the community, things of that nature, trying to be kind of a soulful side to them and all this other stuff. So we were talking about Chance and Common.
Yeah, so that one I think works because you've got lyrically, you've got the kind of like social community-based activism side of things. You've got the kind of I guess you say gospel influence is there on both sides. More so, obviously, on Chance.
Yeah.
But I think you have that kind of vocal, soulful influence clearly on both sides. So I think that one works. Plus, you have the Chicago connection.
Yeah. So, that's 7 out of 8. Well, I'd say 6 out of 8. We're still on the fence about X, probably. Is that the only one?
Yeah.
Is that the only other one we're still on the fence about?
Yeah, besides Rhapsody, yeah, I think that's that's the main other one.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was trying to think to myself, like, who else I would put
in place of
with DMX that's out now. And I can't think of anybody else. Because they kind of have to be a little bit wild.
Yeah. Inside or in and out of the booth.
Yeah, exactly.
Also somebody that's just memeable. Well, shit. Well, then that goes right back to XXX as far as being able to make memes out of him.
I think this might work the best.
Son of a bitch. This is the only one I don't want it to work, but fuck it. I concede.
Right, yeah.
You got it. You can have that one. Have that one.
The other one I forgot about in all the albums that came out, and apparently this one's pretty not great, is the new A$AP Mob album came out too.
Oh.
And apparently it's not great.
Mm.
I listened to a couple of songs. Not much. Because and it wasn't even a matter of like I thought it was going to be bad and I didn't listen to it. I just didn't even think about it that much. I like their Saturday Night Live performance. That was pretty cool. But other than that, that's what I've heard. I've still got to listen to it. So take my opinion with a grain of salt. But apparently it's not as good as the past ones they've done. I always like to see them when they do stuff together.
I don't think I've ever actually heard a full A$AP project.
The whole thing.
Yeah, from any of them. Myself, personally.
Even Rocky?
No. Not one.
They're good.
Well, I mean, I'm not knocking that. I mean, I'm sure, yeah, because as far as like, there's different tracks and stuff like that I'll fuck with.
Yeah.
But I've yet to actually just listen to an actual project from them. Yeah.
His probably does the best as far as like front to back on pretty much most all of them.
Yeah.
Like you can listen to Ferg. He has like a few that are like fucking up here, and then he's got a few that are kind of like middle of the road.
Yeah. Which
is kind of the things because I like his ones that are up here are some of my favorite fucking songs. As far as A$AP, period. But yeah, he's kind of got like a couple that are just kind of like dipped down a little bit middle road. I'm like, this is all right.
Why are we saying? I'm just now noticing we're saying A$AP.
Yeah, A$AP.
Yeah, it's
always do that.
Like the Fable. Yeah,
because you got A$AP Fable, and then there's
a rap group called A$AP Rock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that always.
Okay, I see what happened there. Yeah, I see what we did.
That always throws me off.
I see what we did.
So yeah, that'd be interesting. I would like to see somebody do that, and we may have to do it another episode. Is do either see if we can get some more of the singles, or see if we can get any of like, which this one I feel like would be more difficult. Group comparisons.
Oh, like changing
multiple
changing the
artists.
type.
Yeah, duos or anything like that.
Well, I mean, I don't care for I like the idea.
Yeah.
I just don't care for doing it in the sense that it's just kind of like, well, one, you're holding another person to a completely different standard, to a completely different style in that sense. As far as comparisons, but I mean, as far as there's different parallels to it.
Yeah.
Like what we tried to do with that, connecting the dots there to see why they got that or why they were getting those comparisons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool and You got the hip hop elitists. Like I just saw in the comments section on that post.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
that's
like,
annoying.
Yeah,
and I
hate it's like, that used to be us.
I know,
I hate. That's why I hate it so much.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, oh god, I had my head up my ass that bad.
Man,
Like,
we dived off that fucking grenade.
Jeez.
But the other thing I think about too is some artists. I mean, there's multiple artists that don't like it either. Because I know for a fact, and I've heard him say it before. Like Joey BadA doesn't like being kind of compared or said that his like sound is a very like New York flavored like sound, even though that's what it is. Yeah. But he doesn't like that. He doesn't want that to be the only defining thing about his music. But even though, like, to me, his fucking sound is like when I think about New York, or if I was in New York, like just rolling around, or I'm walking around, skating, whatever, driving through the city, like that's what I would want to have on, especially like something like that first tape, like 95 to Infinity, like all those songs.
Yeah.
Like those are fucking perfect. But I've heard him actively say that like he doesn't want to be like just defined as just that, as a New York rapper. He wants to be more than that, which I can respect that. But there are a lot of artists that feel that way. They obviously don't want to be immediately compared. Yeah, pigeonholed. And then a lot of times that's a hard thing, and even like a thing of fear where you don't want to be, especially if it's somebody that like you super look up to. Like out of all of those, like I'd be terrified to be J. Cole, Childish Gambino. Oh, that's good. Like those are the two. Those are probably the two more than any of them. I would be like all right, like fuck. And even
I need y'all to calm the fuck down.
Right, exactly, yeah. And of course Tupac, but then of course like even like ODB, because he's got he's so unique and so beloved across the board. Like being held to that like standard, you're like fuck. All right. You guys did it. I didn't do it. Like I got my hands are off of it. You guys did this list. I'm fine. I'm out of it. So yeah, it's crazy. But yeah. So
yeah, that was more than I thought we were going to talk about.
Right?
Yeah,
that worked.
Funny how that snowballed.
I know, right? That works. That's usually how it goes. So guys, as always, thank you guys for checking us out each and every week as we bring to you the random stuff that either makes us happy or pisses us off throughout the week. For Shayna and Brent, you can catch Brent at LLCoolB22 on Twitter and at LLCoolB or Legendary Shogun on Instagram. You can also find them on Facebook in the Facebook group. You can go to facebook.com/group/Oafdiscussions. Join that group. It's a good place. A lot of good people in there. You can join up, talk to us, drop us messages, let us know what's going on. You can drop on YouTube, leave comments on there. Shout out to our
homie Seth.
Yeah, homie
Seth Aronovich.
Yeah, Seth Aronovich, who's been commenting faithfully on the fucking YouTube videos. Definitely appreciate that. We appreciate it. Absolutely. You can also send us messages to oafdiscussions@gmail.com if you want to send us a topic, comment about the show, whatever. Say hi. Tell us how your life's going. Let us know what your list would be if you came up, or if you don't agree with the list of the hip hop artists. Let us know. But yeah, if there's nothing else, I am at KN Kid Swift. Brent is at LLCoolB22. Like I said, Shayna is at Shayna MB. Jake is at Jake_688. But remember.
You were going to have me. All right, then I'll do it. Yeah, that works out.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you was passing it off.
No. Yeah, I will. Yeah, because I keep fucking it up every week. So I might as well.
And I am at Web859 on Twitter, Web.859 on Instagram.
I guess because it's always letters, and I always want to. It's like it's at Shayna MB, it's at KN Kid. There's always two letters, so I always want to do yours as WEBB. Like that's your two letters.
The entire thing. It's like you're they're giving the entire thing. Yeah.
At WeBB. At WeBB. It's like, don't you be way up? Like, all right. So guys, thank you. We appreciate it as always. We will see you guys next time. Shayna and Brent should be back next time. We also have some hopefully good stuff coming up for future episodes, especially episode 69.
Hey.
Yay.
We should not be getting this damn hyped over this episode, but here we are.
So fucking childish.
But here we are.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Deuces.